guys, welcome back. Tonight I'm starting another project. I'm waiting for the weather to get better so I can build the two Tato cabinets, and I'm waiting on some parts for the Alpine ski cabinet. Weather's horrible here, 30s and rain and snow mix, and it's just been crappy for weeks. So I want to build those other two Tato cabinets outside so that the dust and everything stays outside. So I'm gonna start a new project tonight. A little burned out on the Tato cabinets for the next few days to a week. So I brought in the old kangaroo cabinet that I'm going to convert into an Arabian. So on this video is gonna be part one. I want to get it stripped down to the bare cabinet, possibly lay it on its side and see if we can't peel off that artwork, or maybe leave it upright and peel off the artwork. We'll see what happens. I believe the monitor worked in that one, but I'm not positive. I forget. There was a last dual board in there, I believe, and I sold it, I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. I can't remember all this stuff. But, so what's happening is I'm trying to get a bunch of these games out of the back building because I'm going to be finishing the back building, and I need to get some of the stuff out of the way so I have room to be able to finish half of that back building, or a little bit more than half of it this summer. I am running out of room in the basement. I am going to run a row of games out there along one wall. But after the basement's full and that wall out here is full, any games I do from then on, restoration-wise, I'm probably going to buy them, fix them, and sell them. Now, if I don't really make much money doing it, that's fine. I would rather save these games than to see them just go to ruin, you know what I mean, to where they're unsavable. So even if I have to buy something, fix it up, get it working, paint it, whatever I got to do, and sell it for what I had into it, if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do, because I don't want to see these things go to waste, you know. And there's only so many games I could physically keep in my house and my shop. And who knows, you know, maybe in the future I find something that I really wanted that I didn't really know that I wanted, and maybe that's when I swap it out of my collection for something else, you know what I mean? And then I sell off something in my collection, but we'll see what happens. That's still a ways away. I've got plenty of projects still. But anyways, somebody had converted this kangaroo into a last duel by Capcom, and we are going to turn it into an Arabian. I have the side art already. I have the screen bezel and the marquee. I am missing the control panel overlay. This old game printed it for me, but the black came out green, so they need to reprint it for me. But other than that, I have everything else for this cabinet. I have a PCB, a working PCB. The power brick that's in here should work. I think I have a power supply too for it. The only thing I don't have is the correct wiring harness. I have a Centipede wiring harness, which is really, really close to an Arabian. I think I just need to switch up a couple wires on the control panel, maybe add some wires for that. I'm not sure. I have to look into the wiring diagram, but I'm pretty confident that I can take the Centipede harness and get it to work for Arabian. Somebody did have an Arabian harness for sale for a while on eBay. I haven't even looked in a while. I'll look real quick. And they wanted like $450 for the wiring harness. No way in hell I'm spending $450 on a wiring harness. That's just way too much money. Let me actually see if it's on here. I'm not getting internet service out here. I've completely lost signal. Oh wait, I got it. All right, so I see some manuals. I see a fridge magnet. Yeah, internet's horrible tonight too. Here's an Arabian CPO on eBay, but I'm not allowed to buy from Stickersmith. Me and him got in an argument years ago, so he blocked me. Yeah, it's still on here. $450 or best offer for used Arabian Arcade complete wiring harness and power brick. Okay, I would give $150 to $200 for that probably at most, but I'm not even going to put an offer in for that because I don't really feel like spending that money. And B, it's probably just going to piss the guy off. So we'll just let that sit on there for another year because I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Now, you can get an Arabian to JAMA adapter, and I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have the original hardware if possible. I mean, I can always do it if I had to. It's $46 plus $15 shipping from Canada. So you can get one if you needed it. And it looks like the original power supply works for Kangaroo, Arabian, Fast Eddie, and something else you can use it on. So I know I have extra power supplies from Kangaroo because I've had like 3 or 4 Kangaroo cabinets in the past. So I've had quite a few of them. They somehow just find me. But what are you going to do? So anyways, yeah, that's the only harness still on here. Yeah, stop paying $450. Not happening. So if you guys remember when I picked it up, it actually looks like it's in fairly decent shape. Obviously, we haven't gotten into it yet. There's a metal tag stapled on the back here, and it says Fun and Games Association, Youngstown, Ohio. So that's where it originally came from. We got a Phillips screw right here. I wonder if I can get it out with my knife. Don't try this at home. Yeah, that Stickersmith guy on eBay, I ordered a bunch of stuff from him a while ago, and I specifically talked to the guy before I even placed my order of what exactly I was looking for or what I wanted, and he sent me everything was wrong. And then he got mad at me over it, said it was my fault because I didn't clearly specify it, even though we had messages back and forth on what I was looking for. But hey, can't win them all. You don't always get along with everybody in this world, and it is what it is, guys. You just have to move forward and keep going. So, I believe this monitor does work. It looks like a G07. I believe it's a G07. CBO G07. I believe I took this neck board off when I picked up the cabinet or something. I don't remember. We have the original wiring harness here for the marquee light, power going to the monitor. Same thing down with the power brick. So more likely we will be reusing that. There is a switching power supply in here, and I'm pretty positive that works because it was part of this circuit board that was in here. Now, the one coin return button that was missing is actually in the cabinet. So I just want to get this thing torn apart so that we can start working on the cabinet itself. Now, this sticker here goes on the monitor right here, and we actually reprinted these because these always fall off, and when I wash monitors, they just go to shit. So unfortunately, I just don't even save these anymore. We actually remade them, even with these triangles and everything in there. So I just toss those anymore, because as soon as you go and you wash this monitor and you get it wet, it's ruined. Try to think if there's anything else really. No, I say we just get into tearing this thing down. Let's start in the front like we always do and just work our way to the back. I have to grab some tools. I got to kind of get reoriented with Atari cabinets again because I haven't done one in a while. And I believe these are Allen keys. Are they Allen keys? Yes, they're Allen keys. So I'm going to have to go grab a couple tools and we'll start pulling this apart. Looks like Saturday, that's glass, I am going to be going to pick up a couple monitors for the other 2 Tato cabinets that I'm building. It's a guy who actually watches my channel. He's only 2 hours from me. He has a couple monitors. I forget which ones he has. But anyways, I'm going there to pick up 2 monitors for the guy that has the Tato cabinets. They're tube swapped monitors, so they have no burn-in, and they're both rebuilt, completely working. So I'm going to pick those up Saturday. I believe I'm picking up another monitor or 2 monitors on Saturday now that I found, because I'm trying to make my trip worthwhile, and I'm trying to pick up an arcade game as well on Saturday. So I might be literally into like a 10-12 hour trip Saturday. I'm gonna leave at like 7 in the morning, go pick up the first 2 monitors. I'm trying to coordinate literally 1, 2, 3, 4 different stops all over Ohio, and trying to coordinate everything so I can get around and get everything picked up. I figure if I'm gonna go waste hours driving around, I might as well make it worth my while. So, all right, let me grab a couple tools and then we'll start popping this stuff apart. All right, let's start with the old marquee. Kind of always do the same method, work my way down from the top. This monitor I plan on putting back in here has a little bit of screen burn from Kangaroo, and I'm going to show you. We're going to use a static cling window tint on this monitor, just a light one, like a light, I don't know if they call it gray or brown, but it's not going to be super dark. But we're going to put a light tint on it because the screen burn's not horrible. You can see the ladders and stuff, but it's not super bad. So I want to show you how I fix that to the best of my ability by using that static cling window tint that you can buy at like Lowe's, I believe is where I bought it from. Man, I wedged this in here good. There we go. Got my little bucket here for my screws. We are missing a screw on the top center. I always like taking the top marquee bracket off first, because then I can get the marquee out. It's actually a nice marquee. It's actually either, no, I think it's printed right on here by the look of it. I'll probably replace these screws, these marquee screws, from some new ones. They're a little messed up, but we'll see. We'll see if I have another one that matches. We'll go from there. So now, these are normally screwed in. There's 2 screws, which they're missing. So this is the speaker assembly and the marquee all in one. So we just pull it out, and there's a plug right here. All right, and this is in really good shape. Speaker looks almost brand new. I don't even think I'm going to even touch this as far as doing any repair to it or anything. Even the wood is nice and clean, so we're just going to leave that as is. Sometimes you just leave things alone. All right, let's get on to the glass here. I do have a screen bezel for Arabian. The artwork is reverse printed on vinyl and stuck to the back of plexiglass. I believe I'm losing my mind today. I believe Escape Pod did it, and he did a really nice job on it. It does look really good. So this is in really nice shape too. There's a fold right here. That's how they come. Anybody looking for a space dual or a last dual marquee and screen bezel, let me know. I'll give you a really good deal. How does $20 plus shipping sound? I think that's more than fair. If somebody's looking for one of these, they're both in extremely good shape. I'm actually going to put them off to the side. Let's work on this control panel now. I don't know why that's like that. I must have did that for a reason. Oh, I think I was checking the control panel or something. Arabian, I think, is the same control panel as Centipede. Joystick in the center rather than a trackball, but we'll get it figured out. We will be reusing this control panel. Actually, I think it's the same control panel as Dig Dug. That's what I was trying to say. So we just have some random JAMA wires here that are very crappily run. We're going to cut them off. We're just going to say the hell with them because it doesn't really matter. We're not going to use that. Now these have staples in them, usually just one or two, and I think in this one there's just one staple. We are going to reuse this. It's in really good shape. Can I get the staple out? Let's see if I cannot jam myself with the knife. Now, I've had really good luck with these Ataris. That's a long ass staple for one cardboard bezel. I've had really good luck with these. This one's in really good shape. Taking a little bit of lightly spray it with some black spray paint really makes these things freshen up. But I'll tell you what, I don't think I'm even going to screw with it. Once again, it's in really good shape. All right, so let's get the control panel out of my way. Then we'll pull the monitor out. We got to unplug the monitor, but we can take this control panel out. I like when I get all these games that have extra, I don't like welding in extra holes, but I like the fact that they come with all these extra leaf switches and stuff. They're always come in handy because you're always needing them. So it looks like we got a 7/16 socket we need over here. Let me grab that. That pickup truck I have in the spray booth is in its last primering, knock on wood, I hope. So that should be getting painted hopefully next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, I'm hoping. So with these Atari control panels, I try to leave the carriage bolt in the wood. Yeah, it's a spider web. Until I get the nuts off, because if not, it comes crashing to the floor. And hopefully, oh, this one's not like that. Every time I put a Williams game back together, I always put the hinge for the control panel in upside down. I forgot these ones are welded on. You really can't do that. Okay, now we'll pop out the first one. Using my knee, hold it up. I need to put the Alpine ski restoration into a playlist. I'll do that tonight. I got to look at the front line. I don't remember if I finished the playlist on front line, but I try to put everything I can into a playlist for you guys. So if you want to start at the beginning and watch the whole series, you can do that by just simply, one will play after the next. Well, it should at least. Okay, so the control panel's out. Now we need to pop the monitor out. I'm going to walk around to the back real quick, unplug the power and the video wire. Okay, and we got a ground wire. Oh, gotta get that ground wire out. That's a weird one. I gotta get a screwdriver. Actually, I might be able to get it with this. Okay, there was a Phillips screw holding the ground wire on, and then it was going into the wooden block, so I just had to pop that out. So now we can unbolt the monitor and get that out of here. Need a wrench. They're spinning. And it's smaller than 7/16. 3/8. Let me grab a wrench real quick. Okay. And also the monitors that I'm going to go pick up on Saturday from that guy, the two. I asked him if he wanted to fix a couple 4600 monitor chassis for me. He said sure. So I'm going to take probably 2 or 3 of them to him that I was having a hard time figuring out what the hell is wrong with them. And if it turns out that he's good at fixing these or quick at fixing them and stuff, which I don't need them right away or anything like that, but maybe I'll have him do a bunch of my monitor chassis for me. That just kind of saves me a little bit of time. I'm not the greatest monitor rebuilding guy out there by any means. I don't know a ton about them. I can usually get them fixed. But sometimes when you're really busy like I am every day of my life, sometimes it's just easier here and there to get a little help, especially somebody that kind of is more specialized in fixing them. You know what I mean? Like the 4600 monitor, I know I put a cap kit on it and stuff, and it just, I could not figure out what was wrong with it, you know what I mean? Obviously the cap kit wasn't the problem. I replaced a bunch of other components and stuff, and I never really could get it to work right. So it'd be nice to just give them a couple chassis, see if you can work through them, get them working. You know, if I have a chassis that needs a cap kit or a flyback, obviously I'm gonna do that. But if it's a chassis that I can't figure out, I'm probably just gonna start mailing them to him if he's reasonable in price, which I think he will be. It's just gonna make my life a little bit easier. I think in the long run. Now I got to try to get these washers off of here. I'm using my little magnet that's on this bit holder to kind of move it away from the metal so I can pull it out. See, these upper studs are in there. I thought originally the bottom ones were in there as well. I don't know if somebody maybe changed them at one point or what. Dirty monitor. We'll give her a nice bath at some point. Okay, now let's do the coin door. Then we're just up to wiring. And then I'm going to screw with the T-molding and see if this side art peels off or not. On these cabinets, I usually like to try to get the side art off because they're usually not adhered that well to the particle board. And by taking them off, then I could do some body work to the particle board, paint the particle board black with the front and everything else. This is laminate. They usually always are, and I usually paint over them. Especially here, there's lock bar holes. We'll have to fill those in. But, okay, good. We have the original plug for the coin door. There's some additional wires put in here, but that's okay. But by taking the artwork off, because it's usually not adhered that well, it gives you a good opportunity to seal up that particle board really well. And it just helps prolong the life of it, I think. Yeah, I'm waiting for that guy to get back to me about that arcade game because I would like to pick that up. And if so, Saturday night, I will do a video on what I picked up. I'll do a video either way, even if I don't pick that up, but I pick up the monitors and stuff. We'll see what happens. I don't ever get my hopes up because sometimes it just doesn't work out and people aren't around or something, you know. All right, I believe those are 5/16. I'm actually going to take these all the way out so I can tumble them. And I'm going to have to take off the controls on the top of the coin box. This is actually the coin box that's supposed to be in my Space Duel cabinet, but since I got that other Space Duel cabinet, me and Arcade Jason split it, I'm actually going to get the right coin door for my Space Duel, so I'm going to have to take the coin door I put in there out of there and actually put the right one in there in the Space Duel cabinet, so that'll be at least original looking. Metal coin box. And now I'm gonna have to get, actually, I got this little ratchet guy. I'll tell you what, this little set from Harbor Freight made by Icon, nice stuff. It's a really nice little set. Comes with this cute little ratchet here. Hey, somebody put a Last Duel tag in here. I'll put that with the artwork. If anybody wants it, they can have the tag too. Need my little chair maybe. I don't feel like sitting on the floor. We're missing parts. I'll have to look through my bins and see if I have them. Somebody messaged me earlier and asked if I still was doing a Tempest. Yes, I am definitely doing a Tempest. Unfortunately, it's kind of buried way in the back right now, so I'm kind of working my way back to it. I'm definitely doing it this summer because I have a 6100 monitor that has completely been rebuilt. Believe it or not, the monitor came from California. I bought a bunch of parts from a guy in California. He ended up selling me the monitor. Obviously, we didn't ship the monitor through like UPS or anything because it would have been destroyed, broken, you know that. So, the one guy that I do all the Impalas for on my other channel, and I do the gas pumps and the weird signs and pretty much a bunch of stuff. The spindle walls that I built, he owns a company and they make retro furniture out of old recycled stuff, and he restores cars and big into neon signs and all that stuff, regular metal signs. But anyways, he has a guy in California that picks up signs for him, loads them in his trailer and brings them to Ohio. It just turned out that when I had found the 6100 monitor, the guy that picks up all his signs was a half an hour from the guy I bought the monitor from. So I paid that guy to go over there, pick up the monitor, put it in the front seat of his truck, and he brought it here with a big load of signs for my buddy, so it worked out really well. So I was able to get a monitor from California because I couldn't find a 6100 monitor anywhere. And then on Space Duel, I'm waiting for Jason to get time to do that monitor for me. Hopefully he has some time to do that so I can finish up the Space Duel. I want to get over to his house and grab those parts from that cabinet so I can get the coin door restored and other stuff as well. And we have the right wiring harness now too for Space Duel. He had given me a maybe a Gravitar or something like that wiring harness, which I was going to have to switch a few wires around. Well, now that I'm not going to have to do that, I don't know if it was a Gravitar, I forget what wiring harness it was. But anyways, now that I don't have to do that, I'm just going to give him that harness back because he gave it to me. And I obviously don't need it because now I'm going to have the right Space Duel harness. Oh, that's right. Gotta take the metal box off of these first. Metal box will have to get out from the back side. Got a piece of paper in here. Last Duel. I wonder if this game was the last Duel. Freaking labels everywhere. Okay, let's go around back, get the stuff out of the inside, and then we're going to peel the T-molding and check the artwork. Now, there is a way to identify what was in this cabinet by this number here, the model number, 367XX. I believe that's the number you go off of. I don't think it's the UR number, but I forget, but I know one of those two numbers. If you go online, you can look it up and it'll tell you what the game was. I know it's a kangaroo because you can actually see the artwork through the black spray paint that somebody put on the sides. I bring my old man chair around the back here. What do you guys think of the new phone I'm using for recording and audio? Is it better? On my end, when I listen to it, when I'm editing or whatever, it definitely is louder on my end. I don't know how it is for you guys. A couple people said it was better. I didn't get a huge response to it, so I'm not positive. But if anybody can let me know, I would appreciate it. Of course. Hoping this is a fairly quick restoration. Cabinet looks like it's in really good shape. Get the cabinet done in the basement. That'll be good. Got one of those cute little switching power supplies. I just throw them in a box in case I need to use them for testing or something. But I don't really trust these little ones. I don't know that they're very good. Dude, there's like 7 different style hardware in this thing. Now I got a flathead. Flathead, 1/4 inch, nut drivers, Phillips bits, whatever they had laying around. Throwing that one away. Who uses flathead screws anymore? Oh, back to a 1/4 inch drive. Oh, back to a Phillips. Oh my God, look at this wiring job. Jesus. Wired up your cabinet, but it burned to the ground, sorry. I don't know why it caught on fire. Hang on to it, but this is just some cheap ass Chinese crap off of Amazon or something, eBay. Freaking mess. What in the God's green earth did they do to this thing? Wow. That's impressive. Well, here's what we're gonna do. Cut it all. This harness is gonna go right in the garbage. Usually I'll save a JAMA harness, but not this one. We'll save this end here. Those are always nice to have in case you need it for a monitor. Save that. Here's another one. This is very common to see a looped wire to jump the 2 sink wires. So now they zip tied to the original harness here. Probably should have grabbed a pair of side cuts. But we'll go ahead and risk it. See if I can't, try not to cut myself. What the hell are these wires? Oh, speaker wires. Cut those right there for now. What we got going on here? What in the hell? Cut that. Get that nonsense out of there. Garbage. Uh-oh. Butt crack police are going to be after me. Oh, man. I'm going to go to jail again. Come on. Ooh, a spider. I like them. Charlotte, I ain't got time right now. I'm busy. So all that's left on that is the ground hub, which I don't have a socket over here for that. boy, knocking everything over. Beautiful. I feel like I didn't accomplish anything. I'm so used to the potato cabinets with 8 million things to take apart. This is weird to me. Oh, we got our flathead screwdriver. This is our upper hardware mount with the rubber. It actually has the rubber still, and that holds the power supply right here. The original power supply goes right there, and this screw with the rubber grommets hold it onto the cabinet. Your PCB goes on this side. On Asteroids Deluxe, your power supply goes on the back of the wooden box for the coin door. What else does that? Centipede? I think Centipede does too. Power supply goes on the back of the wooden box. Okay, that's stapled in. We'll leave that alone. You got a couple screws down here. Oh, sweet. I found the spring for the coin door. Little mouse nest or something going on there. That's fine. This is the foam block that goes right here. One there and one there. We will be throwing this away because it literally just deteriorates when they get old. Okay. No money in this one. I'm taking it back. This is ridiculous. All right, I think we're done. Oh, I got the flathead screw. Then we're done. Then we can pull off the T-molding and see if we can pop off that side art. All right. Not very much hardware. Not much at all. I gotta order some smooth black T-molding. I just bought a 250-foot roll of textured black that came today. I'm actually probably gonna order a 250-foot roll of the black, regular black. It's way cheaper to buy a big roll, guys. It's like, I think it was less than $100 shipped for 250 feet of the textured, and I'd imagine it's the same for the non-textured black. If you're doing a lot of cabinets, that's a way better way of doing it. It's to save you a lot of money in the long run, because if you buy a 23-foot piece or whatever that is, like Arcade Shop sells, or tmolding.com sells it like that as well, you're gonna pay 10, 12 bucks for a 23-footer plus shipping. You know what I mean? So you gotta think about it like that. You can get a lot more for your money by simply just buying the bigger roll. I think you could buy a 1,000-footer from tmolding.com, or maybe 500 feet. I don't remember. Okay, we got the T-molding off this side. Pop it off of this side real quick. Oh, I forgot the vent on the back, the top vent. Can't leave that on. What are you thinking? I'm coming, hold on. God, come on. My garbage man's probably bags are probably ripping open and there's old tea molding in all my garbage every week. Probably like, what does this guy do? All right, I'm gonna pop off this vent real quick. It's just 6 Phillips screws. Oh, they're square head screws. I gotta grab the vent from that space dual cabinet as well, because I do not have one for mine. And these are square drive. Okay, now a little secret. If you do not have one of these, okay, I've had to do this in a pinch. If you don't have one of these, you can get one close to this. Not gonna be perfect, it'll be close. Go to the roofing section of Home Depot or Lowe's and they'll have it. It'll be like a ridge vent, they'll call it, or a roof vent. And you'll find them sometimes on the top eaves of a house. They're close to this, they're not exact, but if you get in a pinch, you can get one. This speaker grill's riveted in, we leave that alone. Let's see if this artwork is adhered really well or not. Usually it's not. This one might be. Really, guys? Come on. Maybe it'll be staying on. Actually adhered pretty well. I hate to do body work over top of it though. But I also don't want to spend the next 3 hours stripping it off. And it's a heavy duty sticker here. Jesus. I need to pull a car out of a ditch with this thing. I think we might be leaving the original side art and going over it. I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, if it's stuck really well, I guess sometimes better to leave well enough alone. I mean, my past experience, is these usually peel right off. You'll be able to get big hunks off in one shot. I bet you this kangaroo artwork was in perfect shape. I mean, you could just tell how vibrant the colors were and stuff. I guess I'll call it a win and I'll just deal and go with it. That's a lot less work for me, not having to prep the particle board. I do have to do a little bit of repair to the bottom. It's a little bit swelled up at the bottom, so we'll have to grind that down, but that's not too big a deal. We'll probably end up sanding off most of this black paint. It doesn't seem like it's adhered that well, the black paint. Now I'm just going to take off this half rip sticker here because we remade some of those, so I have those. Since it's half missing, we'll just pop it off. Because I want to repair this nick back here and stuff like that. All right. I'm going to call it, we're done. I'm going to say part one is done. And shouldn't be any reason why we can't get that bodywork done in the next video and get it in primer. I don't see a reason why we can't. And then after that, it'll be ready for black paint. Then I can head down into the basement. You know what? Before we end this video, let's pop apart that control panel. Let's do that real quick. I don't even know how long this video is because I'm not paying attention, nor am I going to fast forward it. I'm just going to let it roll. Grab a couple tools real quick. I don't even know what tools I need for this. I haven't looked yet. I'm coming, almost done. Just grabbing everything real quick. Grab my old man stool. These are nice carriage bolts in this control panel. These are a very common size for arcade cabinets. I just actually ordered another 100 of them. One micro switch button. Should be able to use 2 of these leaf switch holders for the buttons. Raining, 4 of them actually. It's been raining all day. Everything's like flooding around here. By the time spring actually hits and we get some good weather, my grass is going to be like 2 foot tall. I'm gonna feel like I'm playing the game Frontline, cutting the grass. You'd think by now I'd get up and go get a pair of side cuts, but being lazy. Let's pop out this super scary E-clip. Come on, Betsy. Ah, that thing's stuck in there. Must be full of pop. The hell? Oh, came through the hole. Lost the E-clip. Now what am I gonna do? I have more, if not. Shirts around here somewhere. These are weird joysticks. Almost looks like a Cubert. MCA Australia. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. That's weird. Never seen one like that. Never seen one like that. Tell you what also is weird is these leaf switch holders. Look at that. Plastic nut. Huh, it's weird. Maybe it's from down under. This joystick looks different. Man, they cram these puppies in here. Jesus. We need a hammer. I don't know. Leave the nut on there, pop it through, and then finish unthreading it, threading it. Oh, that's a different size nut. Duh. I like this method here where they bent over the carriage bolt. It's a nice setup. And I like this too, where they might have gotten the nut stuck. Oh, I got it. I thought they used the wrong nut on the carriage bolt. These carriage bolts look like carriage bolts out of a Tato cabinet. Same locking nut and everything. Those are definitely from like a Tato style cabinet. I bet you operators, when they were operating these games back in the day, when the micro switch first started coming out, I bet you that was like the cat's meow. They were probably like, oh man, these things are awesome. We don't have to clean leaf switches anymore. Let's put these in everything. I forgot, these things are a pain in the ass, these control panels. Plus, when somebody puts a carriage bolt underneath the ledge, I really like the bent over ones though. Those are awesome. I have to cut those off. Yep, this is a different joystick. It's got a red ball. I'm gonna have to grab a wrench for that one. It's 11/32. Maybe I can get a socket on it. I don't think I have an 11/32 socket over here. Okay, so I got that to get out. I got this micro switch nut that's on here. Oh, I got it. Got to get the old man death grip. Yep, junk. Micro switch coming in hot. Missed. Good thing I'm not a basketball player. All right, let me go grab a 11/32 wrench and gotta get those off. I found the E-clip for the other joystick. Might as well get this one off. Throw this back together. Ooh, a bunch of skin. Yummy. They had this thing all put together wrong. And I'm going to put it back together wrong because I don't really care right now. Don't mess with them E-clips. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. All right, so we just have these two. And then we can pop that plexi off and then we'll see how badly the overlay stuck. Oopsie. Wonder if I can unthread that. Let's get the drill out. We're gonna power this bad boy off. Would you look at that? Except for I hit it with the thing. Beautiful. We'll save it. This one's screwed. Yeah. Oh, I'm kicking the camera. Hang on. I think this one, we'll wiggle her back and forth a couple times. Bust her off. Like that. Don't spin on me. What the hell's wrong with you? Well, it's Lexan. If it were plexiglass, that would have shattered. Can I hold this enough to spin this nut off? Got it. All right. That's one worn out control panel overlay. Doesn't smell like BO yet. This might be a candidate for a sandblasting. I gotta sandblast some other stuff if the weather ever gets better. So probably not. Oh, look at that. I gotta just drill that hole in. I wonder if this game was something else after Kangaroo, before whatever this game's called. Space something. To be honest with you, I think I'm going to sandblast this one. Blast duel. If I can get this top coating off, the rest should sandblast. Smells like laundry detergent. Maybe it was in a laundromat. It really does. Smells like a bunch of laundry detergent. It's a change for once. Usually they smell like BO. If we're going to sandblast this, we're going to sandblast the probably the coin box and stuff. Just make life a lot easier and faster. I broke the blade. Broke the blade. If I don't get this top layer off, this clear shit, sandblaster will not work. I'm guessing this control panel used to be red. It's now peach. Somebody, when I bought this game, said I should have left it the last duel, but those aren't my style games. Not into that kind of stuff. lot of holes to weld in. Good thing is the 2 holes for the player 1 and player 2 to start are there still, which is nice. I wonder if I can get this off. Fire. The more of the stuff I get off, the quicker it is to sandblast. Don't want to leave the flame in one spot for too long because you could warp the metal. Isn't this so much fun? Oh, that one's hot. Don't worry. Got 8 more fingers. Ooh. Come on. Not doing that again. So what happens if you leave a lot of this on, when you go to sandblast, the sand will actually bounce off of it. It'll take it off. It just takes a while and it wastes a lot of material. And since I don't have a sandblasting cabinet yet, I have to sandblast outside, which means everything comes out of the sandblaster is wasted. This is pretty thin here. I don't think I'm going to worry about that too much. I'm going to leave it like that and see how it sandblasts up. I can always grind it down if I have to. It's definitely sticky. I can almost pick it up by the stickiness. All right, guys. That's it. I'm going to end it. This is part 1 of the Arabian. restoration, conversion, whatever you want to call it. Tomorrow, I'm going to get the bodywork knocked out on it. I got to work on this pickup truck in the morning and then knock out the bodywork on that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to primer it tomorrow or not, but we'll see what happens. So that'll be part 2. And if that goes well, we could be looking at getting that thing painted in a couple days. And then hopefully the weather starts getting better and we can get the other Tato cabinets built. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to end this video. Let me know what you guys think about me turning this into an Arabian. If you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Trying to think if there's anything else. Nope, I think that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.